everyone, my name is Caitlin Whiteman. I'm a director with Usborne Books and More, and today I want to share my UBAM story with you. When I first joined Usborne, I listened to a couple of other people's UBAM stories and they totally inspired me. And my hope is today that maybe you can relate to a few things that I share and take away some inspiration too from my journey. So going back to the very beginning, my husband and I got married really young, like really young, early 20s. He was a police officer. We first got married, and it was 2009, and the economy was just terrible. And we were having trouble making ends meet. But we had gotten pregnant right away after getting married with our first, and we had just decided that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. That was important to us, and we kind of decided, you know, the financial sacrifices were going to be worth it for us. Within 3.5 years, we had 3 children. Yes, you heard me right. We got started our family right away. And backing up a little bit, because we had gotten married so young, I didn't get to finish college. We just went right into married life, and I became a mom, and I was quickly up to here in diapers. And along the way, I kind of had lost myself and forgotten myself, which I'll come back to later in this story. But I loved being a mom. I loved getting married young. I loved my kids. I loved all that motherhood brought. I didn't realize, though, that I needed something for myself. And throughout that time, I also realized that, now looking back, I realize is what I should say, is that I had a really low self-esteem of myself because I had never worked a career. I had never I'd had a couple of jobs, but they were more like part-time jobs that you put yourself through college with, those kinds of things. Nothing career-like ever. And as much as I was proud to be a stay-at-home mom and loved it, you know, I kind of felt like I might have missed out on some areas of life. So that's kind of where I came from. And in 2015, a childhood friend of mine who I honestly had not seen in years invited me very randomly to her Facebook party. I'd never heard of Usborne. I'd never heard of what a Facebook party was, and I didn't want to go. But I'm a nice person, I think. And so I told her yes. I wasn't going to tell her no, but I told her yes, I'll go. And I clicked maybe, just to kind of, you know, be polite, but I did not want to commit to it. Anyway, so the party was like at 8 o'clock that night or whatever, but I was putting 3 kids, little kids, to bed, so I didn't go to the party. And then like around, 10:30, I crawled into bed, and probably like most of you do, I grabbed my phone, I was just scrolling through, quieting down before bed, and I saw her party. And I saw all the beautiful books, and I started watching the videos, and I fell in love right away with all these books, just like you all have as well. And I wanted them all. The only problem is that my husband, as much as he's a hard worker and an amazing provider for our family, we were living on a 1-income family, and we were barely making ends meet. In fact, we were using our credit card to buy grocery bills a lot of months, and it was just really hard. We were pinching pennies. We did without on a lot of things. We did cloth diapers because it was too expensive to just buy diapers. We were trying everything to make ends meet. We also only had 1 car at the time, just all these things that we had to do to keep me at home with the kids. So when I saw those books and I was like, oh, I want these for my children. We were planning to homeschool, or they were too young at the time, but we were planning to homeschool, and I was looking at our science books and our beginner reference ones, and I was like, those would make really great books to grab, to read aloud to my kids to supplement our science. So I actually splurged and spent like $20, which that was splurging to me back then, and got a couple of the beginner reference books. And then I saw her post about booking a party and that you could get books for free. And I was like, what? For free? Sign me up. I want to get free books. So I booked my party then and there, and it was a fabulous party. I think we sold like over $700. It was a great party. My friends loved the books, and I earned so many free books. But during the whole party, I was sitting there watching the consultant just post things on Facebook, and my friends were liking them, they were commenting on them, and more importantly, they were buying the books. And all she did was, from the comfort of her own home, post things on Facebook. And I was thinking, I can do that. She's making money off of my friends buying, and she's just at home. I could do this too. And the wheels just started turning. But I was thinking, I was never envisioning this as a business, more just a way like, I need to do this so I can get a couple more free books type of a thing. So anyway, I ended up joining right after my party, and I had 3 bookings, and it just went from there. My business took off. Like you guys all know, people love these books. They're awesome. And my business just really exploded right away. I never meant for it to. I am a very, I'm driven by goals. So when I saw the WIOS sheet that Usborne gives us, the first time actually though, I was overwhelmed by it, and I thought I will never, ever hit any of these goals. I had a pretty low self-esteem of myself, and sadly enough, that impacted other decisions I'd made in life. But as I started doing really well in the business, I saw that I was hitting a couple of those goals. And pretty soon, my confidence grew, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to hit all of these goals. So I did just that. I crushed the YS rewards. I promoted Express Success in 2 months' time. I found myself as a team leader. I was brand new to the business still. I didn't know anything about leading a team, but I did know I love the books, that I love partying, and I loved my girls and helping them be successful, and I let that drive me. I poured myself into my business, and at this time, my youngest was maybe 9 months old or so. She wasn't a year yet. And she was still waking up during the night to nurse, and I remember like on my phone listening to training videos, getting my parties ready, messaging people. Yes, in the middle of the night, I was messaging people. They'd ask me the next morning, were you up at 3 a.m.? I'm like, yep, with the baby, and I was doing some work. And I think it was really appealing to people that we can work this job as a mom, and that's all I was doing. And I recruited a ton of people. I shared the business like, yeah, I'm just a mom doing this too, and I'm making some great money doing it. So we got a second car within our first year, which was amazing having a second car. We got out of debt. We paid off all those credit card debts that I mentioned earlier from buying groceries on our credit card. And we found financial freedom with Usborne. But that wasn't the best thing. That was not. The best thing was for me personally. I found myself again. Like I said, I'm this girl who'd never gone to college, got married early, had kids right away. I feel like I missed out on some things, and I was blossoming with this business. And it gave me so much self-worth. I was meeting new people, I was gaining friendships, but I was gaining confidence. I was becoming more sure of myself just as a person, and that confidence that Usborne gave me literally was the greatest gift of all. About a year into my business, I got really, really sick. Found out I have a very underactive thyroid, and it caused a lot of depression, emotional mood swings, and I found myself just laying in bed, barely able to function for months on end. It was a really dark time for our family. God really brought us through that time, but I honestly don't know how I would have gotten through that time without Usborne, because while I was laying in bed, I was still able to get on my phone and do parties, talk to my team, coach my team, and literally, because I'm not a very open person, and I can share this story now later, but at the time I didn't share it. But no one knew that I was sick, that I was not feeling well, that I was barely keeping myself going and keeping my family together. No one knew this because it was all online. It was all, from over my laptop or my phone. And I kept my business going, and that drove me forward because my house was falling apart. I couldn't hardly make lunch for my children, keep the laundry clean. I just couldn't hardly function with daily things, but I could lay there and rock my business, and that's what I did. And that brought me so much confidence, and like, you know what? I've really dropped the ball on some things. I'm working on getting better, and I have made a full recovery now. But the fact that I could still make money from home while being so like almost on bed rest for months it was so freeing for me, and it brought me that confidence that I needed during that really hard time of my life. So anyway, I promoted team leader in 2 months, and I quickly grew my team. I love recruiting, sharing this business, and promoting out team leaders. And within 13 months, I promoted to director, and it was fabulous. I still feel like I don't know exactly what I'm doing all the time, but I do know I love these books, and I love seeing other women succeed. To me, it's not always about the money, and money's great with this business, but more than anything, it's what it does for me, and it's what I get to watch it do for other women and moms in this business. That's what makes me excited to be here in Usborne and to see you all thriving and meeting your goals. So that's a little bit about my story, but my promotion story. I'm going to back up just 1 second because I forgot to share one detail with how I promoted a team leader, because that's what this video is supposed to be about too. Anyway, I was 2 months into the business. I had my 2 success-bound recruits. Our sales were great. Our sales were there actually. And it was like a couple days before the end of the month. And I needed that 3rd success-bound recruit. So I had a girl who was like, I want to say 600-700 or so on her way there. So we needed about 350, I think. And but it was like a few days before the end of the month, and we had nothing on her calendar. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna happen. Like, there's nothing on her calendar. We can't make this happen. But someone told me a really great tip, and I threw together a mystery hostess party. Literally, like, I don't remember exactly, it was so long ago, but maybe 2 days before the end of the month, we did this mystery hostess party together. We used her party link, we ran it together, it was a joint effort, and we got her sales to $1,000, like literally within a day or maybe even hours, I forget exactly. It's all kind of fuzzy now in my mind, but literally like last second promotion type of a thing, all because we did a mystery hostess party. So let that encourage you all that there is always a way. There is always a way if you're willing to put in the hard work, do the extra things like cards for causes or book drives or mystery hostess parties to make those sales happen. So I hope that encourages you all. I would love to hear more of your stories. I think it would be fabulous to, if you guys can just in the comments even just share your UBAM story, how you joined, how your promotion story happened, anything and everything. But thanks so much for listening, and I'm just so blessed to be part of this company and get to work with so many amazing people like you all. So thanks for watching.